Hi guys, I just want to make a quick video and share with you a couple of other secrets that nobody shares with you these days. So this video was basically that's supposed to be related to the question one of our members asked in the chat room, which was how I create my watch list and how I find these stocks every day. So I talk about this and talk about a couple of other points that I think it's interesting. Uh, Before I get into this, I want to introduce you to the book that I think it's very interesting. So, How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. Probably a couple of you they heard about this, or you might heard about Darvas boxes that these days people started to use this. But the main point about Darvas books uh, was not about how this theory works and how basically this became a new strategy that some people are selling to new traders. The thing was, Darvas was a dancer who was traveling around the world and he found a trading system that works for him, and he managed his account while he was traveling. And at that time, I'm pretty sure he couldn't use internet, he couldn't or put his order as fast as he want. uh, so he basically developed a trading system for himself to be consistently profitable while he was traveling. So this brings us to the point that uh, why these gurus and why these uh, chat rooms force their uh, followers to use a specific scanner or I don't know software, or they force these people to pay for subscription for different type of news agencies to get the news faster than anybody else, or this type of things. So by reading this book, I hope you understand that uh, in order to make a lot of money in this business, you don't need to subscribe for these scanners or softwares or whatever they are pushing their followers to buy. So the first time I read this book, I think I just finished it in one day because it opened my eyes. So I highly recommend this. I don't leave the link below this video or something like that because people say, yeah, you have affiliation with Amazon and you make money or something. No, just go to Amazon and search this, or go to your library and borrow it, whatever you want. The reason I decided to share this first uh, is the next point I want to share with you is probably the most shocking thing you might heard from me. Um, so I don't use any of those scanners or softwares to find the stocks I'm looking for. That's the kind of shocking point. Once I told Ed in our chat room, I said, yeah, previously I used the Equity Feed and some other softwares, but I don't want to actually advertise for others, so I don't name anything else. Equity Feed was the only software that I was thinking this is the one, and with this I can make a lot of money. But uh, that was a lie, and nobody, I guarantee you, nobody can make a lot of money because he or she is using specific software, and that software has specific filters and this type of thing. So these days I just go to uh, for pre-market after hour runners. I go to a stock market watch. It's free. It's a free website. You go there after hour. It tells you this is happening or whatever. Uh, pre-market, yeah, that was the pre-market. After hours, it tells you this is this is the situation in the market and it's free. Yeah, it has delay, but I will talk about this point a little bit further in this video. Uh, because it has delay, that doesn't mean you cannot make money. That's in order to make money, you just you don't need to be the first person who gets this data, and at the moment something pops, you are jumping all over it. That's not the basic strategy for daily watch. Oh, I hope it doesn't start.
Solano
Oh, it
being able to
starts.
24.
um, Finviz, yeah, Finviz was my friend. When I found this, that was the pivot point in my trading. Uh, Finviz is a free website. You can go and check the status of the market. We basically see the top gainers, new high, or whatever. So you can create a screener and so you create your own screener, and basically you, for example, go to performance, say today is up or today is 10% up. Uh, in a week is, for example, 20% up. Then I start to actually check these stocks that it shows you. You can just search through this and you can find whatever you want. Uh, that's enough. And the third tool that I use is Twitter. I go to Twitter. I have a specific account that I created, and I just follow specific people. These guys, they share whatever they want to pump. I would say these, don't think they are people you don't know. Those are the people you absolutely know, and probably you were in the chat room for a while. These guys, they come and say, yeah, this is what I told you last week or yesterday, or this is my pick, or they share the stocks that they think they are hot today and this type of things. Or they start talking about the stocks that they probably want to pump later on, or they have these scanners and they have a lot of followers. When they see something is hot, they jump onto Twitter and talk about it, and you can just get the heads up from them. So basically, the point I want to make here is um, you don't need to do any crazy thing for finding the stocks that you are looking for. You just need to set up a couple of criterias and go to Finviz and run it every day, after hour, whatever, and find the stocks that are fit for trade based on your trading system. So as an example, I want to talk about AWX. AWX, they came out with good earning on Thursday. Yes. And Thursday after hour, they put out their report, and I found it a very good earning report. Basically, when I read that, numbers were very good. So compared to the company that was basically subject to one of the craziest pump and manipulation these days. So when I saw that, I said in the chat room, guys, this is AWX, former runner, very low float, recently got manipulated professionally, and people who missed this previous run up, tomorrow they would jump at it and they just want to get some pieces of this. And even those who lost money in this stock, they think this goes back to 30 or something, and they can get their money back. So this is a very good candidate for tomorrow. And when I alerted this, and I got a small position here at 415. Yeah, I got a small position here at 415, and the stock went to 430, but it came back and it came to 380. Yeah, 380 something. And if you knew what I'm talking about, or imagine if you are going to create your watch list for two, even after my alert, you had, it was 5 to 8. You had 3 hours. You had 3 hours. 5 to 8, yeah. You had 3 hours to get into this stock with even better entry compared to what I said here. I bought this in two of my accounts, and after I saw it came down to 4, I said, I have to invest more on this, because this is the thing that probably I was thinking this is the one that can have a return of 200%, 300%, something like that. So till here everything is fine. The day after, it opened at 480, it came back, it started to actually hanging around this 4, and then at the open it started to go up, and people started asking me, okay, do you think it's still going up? Somebody asked me, is it a good time to buy it here? I said, sorry, I alerted this last night. I don't even wanted to tell people to buy it somewhere here, because you buy it at 440 and it comes back to 4 to test the 4 again, and you are down 10%. You are for basically, even 440 was a good uh, entry. I would say, for example, 460, 480. But after it broke out at the open, probably that was a good time to just get in. But everything was so quick, and it could even get halted during this fast shoot up actually. So the point I want to make here is, when you know what you are doing and what's the reason and what's your risk level, you can buy as much as you want here and just wait for 50% run up. So I I was answering to that member in our chat room that I was saying basically this is not a good time to buy in. I don't want to sell this. I wanted to just leave it there and basically set up my stop loss and go. I had a meeting arranged in the middle of the day, and I had to participate in that meeting. So I my plan was, okay, I got a monster at a good price, so just let it run. But something happened that one of our members, he uh, mentioned in the chat that uh, another trader that he is very well known, and I learned a lot from him too. So he said, yeah, he's short. He's going to short this. And honestly, I was so blind about the downside of short side of this stock. When I got a good entry, I was thinking, if you remember previously, uh, it was it was here that I said AWX can go to 6, 7, 10, and guess what? It went to 30, 35. So I didn't get that entry. That was a perfect entry, and I was sure if I got filled here, I don't sell this in 384, 5, even 6. I knew at least if I was filled in that price, in that support, I just leave it there. I just leave it for this monster run. Actually, I didn't know it goes to 35, but I was thinking 10, 15, 20, probably that would be a good uh, return. So because of this situation that I missed before, I was so blind about AWX downside. So when one of our members mentioned that short mm, position by another trader, it just hit me, and I said, oh, what's his logic? And immediately I set up my hard stop at a position that I wanted to be sure at least I'm locking the profit at a very good basically percentage of the gain. So my first stop was, for example, I was at 4, I was thinking 485 here at this support. But when I heard that, I said, okay, so I have to, and I said in the chat room, so I'm raising up basically my stop loss. So the point about here is, if I was thinking that no, I'm 100% right, this stock would go to 12, 15, 20, something like that. And I didn't increase the stop loss. I mentioned that in the chat room a couple of times. You have to increase your stop loss when your position turns to be basically a profitable uh, investment. You have to be sure you lock some profit if the stock crashes. So I don't know how to explain that. I want to tell you a couple of things that uh, I wanted to have a logical order for that, but just let me tell you this. So when you are at 70% gain, I think it was around 65% gain for me here at 650. So at this point you think, okay, how much risk I want to take. Listen this carefully because it's something that I think nobody told you before. When you, for example, get into a trade, for example, here you say, I get into this trade with 4 as a risk, and I expect 480, for example, as a price target. And you get into the trade at 420. So you are taking 5% risk for more than 20% gain. The same logic applies here when the trade is working. It's profitable. You are already on profit. But you are thinking, okay, how much risk I want to take here? It's the same logic. You say, for example, I am 65% up on my position. Do I take 15%, 20% down from that 65% profit to have, for example, 70%, 80%, 90%, 100% run up? I hope this you follow my train of thoughts. The thing I'm saying here is, for example, I could say, no, I'm 60% up. And when you are 60% up, basically means if you just do nothing, at the best case scenario, you get out break even at the point that I said best case scenario, sorry, at the worst case scenario, because you think, oh, I'm 65% up, so I can sit back and wait for the stock to consolidate and does this crazy trapping shorts and these scenarios in your mind. It traps shorts and it goes up. But the reality is basically you are risking 65% drop. It's as stupid as when you get into the trade and risking 40% downside. I hope you follow my logic. I'm saying when I heard that, no matter what I was thinking about the trade, and I just got a new piece of information, which was basically had nothing to my plan, but it just hit me. Somebody else is shorting this. And I was like, oops, maybe I'm not seeing everything here. Maybe I'm so excited. Maybe I'm emotional. So I have to increase my stop loss. I won't let this trade 65% to come all the way down to the place that I was actually entered the trade. I said I have to, for example, put my stop loss at 30% gain. Or when I heard that, I said, no matter what, I have to lock 50%. I cannot uh, let 65% gain became 0% or break even, because the logic it's stupid. You let 65%, basically you are risking 65% gain. So this is something that uh, I was I wanted to share with you. Basically, I hope when I say in the chat room, somebody says, yeah, I am in this ticker and this is my entry, that's my something price target or whatever. I tell them increase your stop loss when the stock is going up. I hope they understand the logic for that, because if you don't increase your stop loss, basically it doesn't matter it's when it's going up. It doesn't matter you come out of the trade break even when it lost all of it. Basically the thing is you risk this 65% gain for what? For maybe another $1 or another 50 cents or another $2 upside. So you have to think about all of this stuff. Basically your exit strategy or your whatever you do during the trade is as important as whatever you do before getting to the trade. So that was the thing I wanted to share with you, and I hope you guys understand that I don't want to just put out a couple of picks for you and just alert a couple of trades for you to just make some money and be happy and say, I made this DSM alerts are perfect. My alerts are not perfect. I know that. This trade, I was so excited. I admitted that I didn't think about the downside of this, and but my main goal is to tell you the tricks, the basically the process that nobody else in this industry tells you about, because either they don't know it or they know it, but because people don't want it, they don't tell them. There are a couple of I would say gurus that probably you have this experience with them. Uh, they are in their chat room, they say, for example, I'm long this with this price target, with this risk, and you don't see the logic or the reason behind that trade, and you type in the chat room, I have a question, can you explain this, why you think this is that, and either you get gagged, they just disable you, to not asking another question, or they tell you go and buy my DVD, and you say I already bought your DVD. You didn't say anything like this. They say, okay, so during the hours, trading hours, you are not allowed to asking questions. Please ask your questions after hour, or go watch my videos, or they don't share with you the most important information that a new trader really needs to understand. They just sell you a couple of DVDs, and yeah, and they say go and watch this with DVD. It's everything in that DVD, and there are a couple of strategies in that DVD. There are nothing like the trading system, how you have to think before getting to the trade, when you are in the trade, and when you have to get out of the trade. There is nothing. They just say, okay, go and buy this scanner. Uh, we give you the best filter. And they just ask people to subscribe for $200 per month for a filter that is nothing. It doesn't help that person to make even $50 out of that $200 per month investment. I call it quote unquote investment. So I kind of sure, I 100% sure, I guarantee that if you are a person who is just following the strategy that those gurus tells you, uh, I said that before, I want to just reinforce it. With those strategies, with those following the indicators, or uh, just following a couple of, I would say, patterns they teach you, and they say, yeah, this is cup and handle. This is, I said that in the previous video. I want to, if I can, I'd like to say this every time I make a video. This is Facebook. This is cup and handle, or this is just a bouncing ball falling from a cliff, or whatever they call it. They name these strategies with whatever they want. Chair strategy, ABCD, EFGH, whatever they want. I guarantee you, if you are one of those people who just follow the strategy, probably you never made any money, or I would say you never made a consistent uh, profit, and I kind of guarantee you lost a lot of money. And you are still thinking, okay, probably this cup and handle was not the one that uh, this guru mentioned in his DVD. Probably I'm wrong by not studying enough. I see in the Twitter people are just saying, yeah, no days off. Study what? Study the DVD from a person who who basically his main business is just selling you that DVD. they are saying uh, focus on the process. Don't focus on the money. Money comes along, and you have to learn the process. And then when you go to their chat room, or then when you follow their Twitter, every day they come out and they said, "Yeah, I made 10 grand. I made $2,700 in this trade." So why are you sharing your the amount of money you are making in this trade? You were saying the process is important, but you kind of telling people how much money you made, which one is basically your main mantra? They are coming out and they show you their a picture of their account, or just saying, "I made 6 grand today." 6 grand, 6 grand of what? What? How? How much? That 6 grand was basically how much percentage wise you made? How much did you invest? Why did you invest? For example, if I have $100,000 in a trade and just make 6%, it's $6,000. So how many of your followers they have 100 grand? None of them. They just they started with a couple of $1,000 in their account, and they wanted to learn, but you come out and say, "Yeah, I made 10 grand." Like the other guy, um, recently they started to expose him. Uh, he was saying, "Yeah, I'm making this amount every day," every, and I was like, "What? Are you kidding me? You are making 100 grand every day, and you are talking to people like they have 2 grand in their account, and you are telling them, yeah, I want to teach you." Once one of our members, the first time I started to talking about this guy, he said, yeah, he has unlimited account and he short everything that goes supernova, and he doesn't care if it goes higher. I was like, unlimited account? So is paper trading, it's demo account, but we don't have unlimited account, that's for sure. And when the person says something that I, but just look at his uh, opinion about the stock, I would say he doesn't know anything. How he made unlimited, basically, uh, account and unlimited money in his account. So yeah, I don't talk more than this. I just wanted to try to tell you this, to be careful. Whoever says, yeah, you have to buy my scanner, you have to use this software, this is the best software out there. If you don't use it, you don't make any money. They are lying to you, and I'm sorry for you if you pay your money to these people, because trading has a lot of things around it, and I would say these guys they don't even share 10% of that with you. They just want couple of people every month pay for their luxury cars, and people unfortunately they fall for these con artists every day, because when the guy comes out and just shares a screenshot of his account that he made 10 grand, people say, oh, I want that 10 grand. How much I should pay you to teach me how to make 10 grand a day? So for your information, I have to tell you that you're stupid if you think that guy is making 10 grand every day, and when you go to his website, he says, focus on the process, don't focus on the money. So if you say, money is not important, so I have to learn the process. So why he is sharing the amount of money he makes? Why he doesn't share the process he uses? Why he doesn't share the trades that are uh, basically they it didn't happen. I mean, when they either they are pumpers, they pump a specific type of penny stocks with a specific price range. They say, yeah, I'm lying, for example, this, and the stock jumps for a minute and then fades off. But you ask them about Facebook, go to their chat room, and at this day, at this moment, ask the guy, so do you think Facebook is long or short? He doesn't answer. You ask the same question when the chart is here. He doesn't answer, or he says, yeah, it's long, it seems like cup and handle. And then it comes down and comes down and comes down, and it goes all the way here, and the guy says, yeah, I want to cut losses. And the stock goes back up and goes back up. And at the end of the day, you say, dude, you told me to go long and you cut losses when the stock bounced. And he says, yeah, Facebook is a high priced stock, and uh, it's not my expertise. I'm just trading penny stocks. So what the hell? You just want to rob people, and these poor people, they have to pay for your uh, luxury lifestyle. Anyway, sorry, I was just wanted to say this stuff to you and share this information. Hopefully, um, if I have more time, I explain this stuff more and help you to understand what is the trading system that every single one of you can create a trading system that fits for you, not for me, not for anybody else. That just only works for you. And it has a process. You need to understand the basic concepts before I start doing this. And hopefully I can help you with that. Thank you so much. Sorry I talked too much, but these are the important information that I really wanted to share with you guys. I apologize, and I try to make these videos a little bit shorter and not taking your time too much. So have a good day. See you all tomorrow in the chat room. Bye.